Good morning, good morning, good morning. Top of the morning to everyone. Top of the morning. Welcome to Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, affectionately known as Low Tone Tony. I'm liking the vibe that name has created. And I think that kind of suits me. All right. So before we get started, as always, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you just coming in, do me a favor, hit that like button before we get started. If you haven't subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, select all so you'll be made aware whenever I do go live, which is every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right. Share this with your family and friends as well. As always, we're building real football conversation over here. So there's no fake hot takes, no media spin, just facts, film, and context. All right. So, like we always do, we're gonna shake a little honey from the tree and get into it. But first, let me recognize everybody that's in the chat so far. We have Earl Locklear. Earl said, "What's good, Tony? What's good, Earl? Hope everything is going well in your end, my guy. Top of the morning to you." Uh, Earl said, "We in here, Tony, already. You know it. We are definitely in here." Carlos Hughes said, "Good morning and keep pounding." Good morning, Carlos, and always, my friend, keep pounding. You know the mantra. You know what it is. The top of the morning to you as well. Uh, KJ the Great said, "Grand Rising, what's good, Tony?" Hey, Grand Rising, my boy. Good morning to you as well. With me, typically, I always got six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. So, I'm always keep it even. That's how I do. Let's see. Tim Bolick said, "Good morning, LTT." Yeah, what's up, Tim? Good morning to you, man. Top of the morning. Like I said, if you guys haven't already hit the like button for me before we get started. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn the post notification bell and select all. So we are streaming live each and every morning to two channels. My channel is Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, and we're also streaming to CJ's channel, which is the Carolina Armchair GM CJ. So you haven't subscribed to either or, make sure you subscribe to both. And again, turn a post notification bell so you can be made aware when we do go live. And select all so you always be notified. I would greatly appreciate that. So Gerald Sticks, what's up, Gerald Sticks? He said, "Good morning, Panthers family." What's up, Gerald? Top of the morning to you, my guy. Hope everything's going well. My man, Will Robinson, Tip Drill Will said, "Good morning. Good morning, Will." Hey, I got those videos downloaded for you, Will. So we get into it tomorrow. And that third game was Kansas. So I got Kansas, Alabama, and Oklahoma for Jonathan Brooks that we can get into tomorrow on Patreon after the live. All right. So Eternal 252 said, "When you have it on video, why do we need context? If they suck, then they suck." Okay. All right. Top of the morning to you, Eternal. Glad that you can make it. Hey, hit that like button for me as well. Like everybody else. If you haven't subscribed to either my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, or CJ's, the Carolina Armchair GM CJ, make sure you are subscribed to both so you'll be made aware when we go live. So hit that post notification bell, select all, and that way you will be notified when we go live. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. In the comments for anybody that want to come aboard. We can get this get the conversation started. All right. Today is all about Dave Canales. Dave Canales giving up the play calling and becoming the CEO of the team. You know, definitely want to get you guys' opinion in the chat. Let me know what how do y'all feel about Dave Canales giving up the play calling and becoming more of a CEO for the whole team. You know, instead of just focusing on play calling and things of that nature, and I think he's going to be more hands-on when it comes to the team. So offense, defense, special team, a lot of the situational football, things of that nature, things that he probably didn't have time to focus on, especially on game day, things that need his attention. So yeah, y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel about that. All right. And the link is in the chat if anybody want to come up and you know, join today's discussion. Feel free, be more than welcome. You are more than welcome. What's the weather like where you guys at this morning? What's the weather like? Of course, I'm in the UAE. It's about it's 3 o'clock, 10 minutes after 3, and it's 99 degrees outside. Yeah, it's 99 degrees. Yeah. Earl Lockley said, I hope it works out. Hey, I think that's everybody. Everybody. That there's some big decisions that have been made, and a lot more pressure added along with that decision that Dave Canales made. So yeah, we definitely gonna find out a lot of things. There's a lot of things that's unknown as well. Let me bring my boy, my ace Boom Coon, my brother from another mother. Tip Drill Will, what's happening with you?
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain, I cannot complain. How you feeling today? What's the weather like?
Hey, it's good, man. Hey, it's cooling off a little bit in Georgia. It's still real humid, man. I just got through from coming outside. It was about a good uh, 79 degrees, sun coming up. So it's gonna be a warm day, but it's not as humid.
Oh, okay. Earl Lockley said it's hot where he's at. 7 a.m. here, and it's already 75. Come on,
Yeah. So
dog. Set y'all want to call 75 hot and
so
humid,
so hey, come on now. I know both
brother.
scenarios. So I know both scenarios. So there's a difference between living in a sauna and living in a hair dryer. They're both hot. So don't start. I
Yeah,
know exactly you live in a hair dryer.
yeah.
Hey, we live in a
Uh,
sauna.
okay. Oh,
Hey, I'll tell you like
go
this.
ahead.
4th of July, it was
Yeah,
99 degrees. It was 99 degrees ambient in Georgia. With the humidity, it felt like 107 degrees in Georgia. And that was at
man.
like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know ambient for you is like 119 is ambient for you.
Shoot, it can be anywhere. It could be anywhere from like 125. I mean 115 to like 130.
That's what I'm saying. Like 119 is the like ambient. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I
But
get it.
just but just the temperature alone, not it wasn't last summer, but the summer before last, we have 44 straight days of the temperature at 105. No less than 105. So even at midnight, the temperature was 100 degrees.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
yeah.
hey, somebody has to live in that condition. It
Like,
ain't gonna be me.
yeah, so have you ever had that feeling when you walk outside your door and the devil has just met you at the door and just engulfed you, like just bear hug you and won't let go?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have. You want me to tell
Yeah,
you
that
one of
that
the
that that that's what it feels like over here.
I tell you, I went from, I went from Fayetteville to, um, uh, to Kuwait, right?
Mhm.
We got off the plane in Kuwait. I walked from the
Okay.
tarmac to the chow hall and got a
Okay, John.
sunburn on
Then
my cheek and my nose.
and then dropped about 2 pounds,
From my cheek to my nose, we got off the plane. We got off the plane, dog, at noon.
bruh.
Walked to the chow hall in August. And I got a sunburn on my cheek and my nose. And I'm like, I just got here, dog. I just got here.
Yeah,
I ain't put on no
yeah,
sunscreen or nothing because we just got off the bird.
yeah. KJ the Great says 77 here in South Carolina. All right, KJ. Gerald Stick said it would be 94 degrees with a 70% chance of rain. Real feel of 109% with crazy humidity. Yeah.
Yeah, living in a sauna,
It's
man.
a
Living
real
in a
feel of
sauna.
109 degrees. See, the thing about living over here in the UAE, we are surrounded by water on all sides. So when we first moved here, um, we were living in well, we still live in Ras Al Khaimah, but there's a tourist area called Island. That's where they're building where they just finished building the new um the new casino, the first casino ever in the Middle East, the Win. So if you guys ever want to look that up, there is a casino that will be opening. I think they're projected to open up the summer of next year. But and I know they're doing a lot of the building out on the inside. The casino, the structure itself is already built. Um, so that little island right there sits um in the water, right? And the building that we lived in, Pacific, was like 2.2 kilometers or 2.2 miles uh from the beginning of the island to where it was located in the back. And so when you surrounded by that water like that on top of you in the desert, so we getting all the humidity and wind and everything that was coming off the water right there. Man, let me tell you, it's a big difference living there as opposed to where we live at now. We're more inland. We're not near the water at all, and you can tell the cooling temperature. How the temperature has gone down some, but it's still hot. It's still hot, man. But yeah, yeah, it's different over here. Two seasons, hell and hot, and right now we're in the middle of hell. That's how you describe it over here, right? Tim Bolick says 73 in Hickory, North Carolina. Okay, all right. Broski Bear said, "Good morning. What branch of the military are you in?" Well, neither one of us are in right now. We are retired Army veterans. Broski. Quante Lewis said, "What's up, Tony? What's good, Quante? Top of the morning to you." Oh yeah, top of the morning to you too, Broski. I apologize for that. As he says, "Sup, low tone? What's going on, SC? Top of the morning to you as well. Hey, yeah, if you guys still haven't hit that like button, hit the like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe as well. Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, which is my channel, and the Carolina Armchair GM CJ, which is my cousin CJ channel. If you haven't subscribed to his, subscribe as well. All right. So let me go ahead and give my hook here, and then we can get into it, my guy. So Dave Canales is making one of the biggest coaching adjustments of his Panthers tenure. He is stepping away from calling offensive plays and moving into more of a full team CEO head coach role. That may sound simple, but in football terms, that changes a lot. Calling plays is not just choose and run a pass. It affects how a coach sees the game, how much he communicates with players, how much he manages the sideline, and how involved he can be with the offense, defense, and special teams. So today we are asking the real question: does giving up the call sheet make Dave Canales more valuable to the Panthers, or does it put even more pressure on him to prove he can lead the whole operation? All right. So the first topic for the day is this one right here. Canales gives up the call sheet. So here are the facts. Dave Canales has been the Panthers head coach and offensive play caller. Now the Panthers are moving into a new structure where Canales steps away from calling plays and takes on more of a full-time head coaching role that changes his game day responsibility. So in brief context, calling plays is a full-time job during the game. A play caller has to think about down the distance, field position, personnel groupings, defensive looks, protection answers, third down, red zone, 2-minute situations, and what calls are being set up later in the game. That can lock your head coach into one side of the ball, right? For Canales, giving up the call sheet gives him a chance to manage the whole football game instead of being buried in the next offensive call. Now the focus shifts to game flow, staff communication, player management, clock management, timeout usage, special teams awareness, defensive check ins, and whether the team looks more organized on Sundays. This is not just about giving up plays. This is about where Canales can now lead the entire operation better. So the question to you, Will, and for the chat, you guys can answer as well. Is Dave Canales giving up play calling a smart head coaching move, or does it put more pressure on him to prove he can manage the whole team? What say you, sir?
Um, it's a smart move. He
Okay.
already he had to coach, he had to manage the entire team anyway. That's something you got to do anyway. He wasn't like he was the offensive coordinator and now he's becoming the head coach. He's always been the head coach. So,
Mm.
um, I'll start by saying, it's a smart move. One, two, he's already proven he can manage the whole team because there is a cultural difference between the day that Dave Canales got here and today on this entire roster. Not only have they gotten the players that they wanted, some of the players that they wanted, um, you could tell the energy around the team. Um, the last time our team had any kind of sparkle in their eyes was when Steve Wilkes was the interim coach.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a
right,
fact.
they had a sparkle in their eye. Um, the fan base is now motivated. I'll tell you, it's hard pressed to see the only place in that stadium for week one that you can really find affordable seats is behind the Bears bench.
Mm.
So the fan base is motivated now, back coming
Which
back to the
which affects
stadium.
the ticket sales. Game one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like for example, not to harp on ticket sales, but my seats, me and my wife's seats are 279. I think $279 is face value. You can't get
Right.
into my section. You can't get into my section for less than $800.
Okay.
Nowhere in my section for less than $800, and it's only like 5 seats available in my section. Um, but with all of that being said, he's already had to do the management of the team. Now, why is it a smart move? One, I'm going to go to the Tampa Bay game. When we played down in Tampa Bay, there was so many bad officiating calls. There was so many bad down and distance calls because I believe he was managing too many things. Bryce Young is
Mm.
arguing with the ref while he's looking at the call sheet.
Okay.
That
So
it's like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. My bad. My bad. Go
So
ahead.
so so um so the two things, him being able to be in the entire game instead of always looking at the call sheet, taking information in. What personnel changes did they make on defense? What down and distance are we in? What did we what
Right.
scenarios did we go over in the installs? How does this all going to affect? You have to give that to someone else. You need to be able to provide influence to say, I want to see this or I want to see something around here, and let those people do that function. But you also got to be
So
prepared for doing everything else. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
yeah.
I
No, so
I
I,
get
I was
excited
just
about this topic.
so basically it gives Canales more bandwidth, to do more things rather than just the offense. His reach should be felt more throughout the team instead of just on the offensive side. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes. I
Okay.
think I
All
think I
right.
think the team gets excited when they be hearing him whistle. Cause I mean, like when we was in like the one time we could see training camp, he would whistle, here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. And say he clapped those guys up and
Yeah.
he over there talking to the defense and stuff like that. They like that. They get that. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
know that they coach because you not only you have to be the coach, but you have to be the number one um cheerleader and their number one critic at the same time. That's what a coach is.
Okay. All right. Real quick. Teflon Twan said, good morning, sir. Hit the like button for me on your way in and subscribe to both channels, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and the Carolina Armchair GM CJ. Yeah, subscribe to both channels if you haven't already. Turn on the post notification bell and select all so that way you'll be alerted whenever we go live. Okay. Eternal said, "You get the videos I sent you?" No, Eternal. Where did you send the videos? Um, yeah, let me know where you send them, and I'll look and see. Making true money. My boy MTM said, "What's up, y'all? I'm listening to y'all while I'm at work." That's what's up. That's
Good
what's up,
morning, man. Good
MTM.
morning.
Appreciate you tapping in. He's been following me and CJ since day one when we were two fans in the stand. So glad to see you, my brother. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, like I just said, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, do that for me. I know you subscribed to CJ channel already, but subscribe to my channel as well and turn those post notification bells and select all. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. King James said, "Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon, Low Tone Tony. How y'all feeling today?" Hey man, I'm great. I'm great. I had a little restless night last night, so I woke up a little later than usual. You know how it is when your mind is constantly churning and thinking of different things and just won't allow you to go to sleep. So yeah, I was in one of those moods last night. Broski Bear said, oh no, that's proud. That's Nick. Nick said Army veteran retired here. Or Army retired here. So Uh, Nick said smart move. King James said I agree. Will Broski Bear said Tony Will, thank you for your service. Salute to you, my guy. Hey, we appreciate it. We appreciate that. Eternal says I'm at the Ravens game. We'll see you there. Nah, you won't see me there. You might see Will there, but you won't see me. Yeah, I ain't coming 8,000 miles away just to see a football game. And that ain't gonna happen. Unless they're in the Super Bowl. Now they in the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game. I may have to make a flight. I may have to bust a move. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? I may
so
have to bust a move.
you got to be you and CJ in the building. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Had to call my daughter up and tell her get me a room ready in the house. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
I'm
And
with you.
she
I'm
said,
with you.
and she said, giving a play calling was needed. A great move. I agree. I'll agree. I think it was a smart decision. We definitely going to see what the outcome is, and I'm glad we get a chance to see the operation of it and actually how Dave Canales will utilize this CEO role or this freedom away from the play calling, how he maneuvers and how he moves on the sidelines and talking to the players and the coaches and stuff. So it's definitely something that uh I'll be looking for this preseason. Turns out I put the videos under the old videos in the comment section. Okay. Eternal, hit me up on Twitter. Um, I put my Twitter handle in the comment section, and you can leave the video over there. So where's my uh, here it is. Yeah, let me put it in the chat real quick, and then you can put the videos over there, my guy, and I'll send me a message. Send me a message, and I'll check it out. All right. Cold Warrior said, "Good morning. Another day closer to Panthers football." Yes, sir. Good morning to you, Cole. Appreciate you being here. Turner said the videos are links under your Evero video. Okay, I'll check. I didn't see it yesterday after the show ended or anything like that. So like I said, the best way, just send it to my Twitter. All right, that's the best way to send videos, and I can get it that way. Frankie said, "I am not drinking the Kool-Aid this year." Hey, I understand that, Frankie. I could definitely understand that. I think there's a lot of fans that feel that way. We start to drinking the Kool-Aid and get excited, and it seems to happen every off season, and then it doesn't pan out like we hope or what like we wish. So I could definitely understand the reservation when it comes to that. D Cash, what up, D Cash? Thank you for tuning in, my guy. He said, Tony. Cole Rory said, bought my mother and I Panther tickets. Will be her first game ever. So happy I could, yeah, etc. All right. I hope your mother enjoyed that game, man. What game did you buy the tickets for? I'm curious to know that. What game was it? And she said Dave was taking on way too much as a head coach to me. I agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
agree.
agree with you.
Eternal says, I don't have social media, Tony, just YouTube. Okay. DK said, Tony, tell Frankie stop crying. No, you tell Frankie that. Frankie right there in the chat. I don't think he crying, but you talk to Frankie. DK said nobody forcing you to be a Panther fan. All right. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Broski said, is it called more deep passes or passes over the middle of the field? Will he call more runs, more passes to the running back? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. But we're gonna focus on Dave Canales today. Brad Idzik will be tomorrow. Okay, Brad Idzik will be tomorrow. But we're gonna keep the conversation centered on Dave Canales. Dave Canales today. Cole Rory said he got tickets to the Bengals game. Okay, Cole. All right. That's good. I really hope she enjoys the football game and we win that game. All right. Will is it called more passes to the tight ends? Okay, we'll have to wait and see. Eternal said Brad Izzy was calling deep passes during the games he called in preseason. Okay, yeah, but that's preseason, Eternal. Frankie with a laughing emoji. Eternal said it's breakdowns of how we look under Brad Izzy. Okay, that's cool. But here's the thing. Brad Idzik, when his play calling in the preseason, the past 2 years, I believe it wasn't just last year. I think it was the year before as well. It kind of may give you a glimpse of what his game style or game planning may be. But I think we're going to see some tweaks for real now since he's you know in full control on game on game days, not just the preseason. But again, we'll get into Brad Idzik more tomorrow. All right. Royce got it. Canales in the convo today. All right. Tim Bowler said very optimistic about our upcoming season on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Tim. Very optimistic about both sides of the ball. Okay, so Will, how can I say this? Even though he has given up the play calling, and we know who the play caller will be, would you say that the head coach still owns the final product?
Um, um, I think he gets to say what kind of meal he wants for that game, but how the sausage is being made and all that stuff, he'll be like, "Well, I want a spicy lentil soup with it." I'm just, being sarcastic. However, I think that he has his mentor. What's the guy name? I keep forgetting it. The guy that they bought from Miami.
Oh, Darrell
Um,
Bevel?
he brought Darrell Bevell in.
Yeah,
Um, so with Darrell Bevell, Brad Idzik, and with Dave Canales saying, "This is what I want to see." Of course, he's going to go over the install. He's going to know what is there. He's going to know what he's going to do. He's going to provide input into, well, I want to see this versus that. I mean, he is the head coach. Um, but so he's going to know everything that the offense is going to be doing, but it is not his primary function to do that work. It's almost like um, when you're a when you're um, when you own a business, you own a mechanic shop, and you were turning the wrenches back in the day. Now you're got mechanics out there turning wrenches, and you're managing the entire business. So,
right.
um,
So
yes,
then he does still owns the final product, even though he's not as hands on with the play calling. He's still the head coach. So the final product is going to be the offense, defense, and special teams. That's just
correct.
my opinion. What you think?
He owns the final product, right? He
Right.
gets to say what he wants. He owns that product. However, especially um, in game, he's able to say, "This is what I want to see here." You remember we talked about this is what I want to see here, or I want to see something similar to this, X, Y, and Z. Or what are we
Right.
doing on this possession, X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Also, harkening back to your episode yesterday, it gets him more involved in how the defense is being conducted. Because if our
Right.
defense
Right.
is really good and Evero is gone, we need someone to be able to assist whoever the new D coordinator is.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I didn't think about it like that from the head coach perspective. But yeah,
Right, right.
I can see that. I can see that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Um.
he does own the final product. He's the head coach.
So would you say this is also a leadership test, not just an offensive adjustment?
Yes. Because not only does he have to, so I think he was trying to manage leaders as well as manage a system. Now he
Right.
has to be able to manage leaders who manage systems.
Mm, okay. I like that. I like that. I can't trip you up this morning, huh? That's okay.
I
We got
came
plenty more
ready.
to go.
You know, I
I
got
got
up a
plenty
little bit
more.
earlier this. I got up earlier this morning. Yeah, I got my. I done got my lift in. I'm ready.
All right, cool, cool. Um, Yeah, I agree with everything that you just said. Um, I believe that it should be beneficial for the team as a whole. I know because there was times, like you said, last year and even before the year before, where it just seemed like he was just so consumed into calling plays that he wasn't doing things that needed to be done, like challenging these referees. Even though the the play call may not get overturned or something, but be in their ear and let them know that you ain't happy about this or that. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, well,
Yes.
the ref said the ref says X, Y, Z, so I'm going to respect that, and I'm just going. No, 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 no. You can't do that every time because no, I'm not saying do it every time, but there's times when it's necessary to be, you know, a little obnoxious, if you will, to voice your opinion in a stern way, whatever you want to call it, because you know i- with these referees, they will try to get away with murder if you let them. You know what I'm saying? They'll try
Yes.
to get away with some dumb shit if you let them. And that's where you got to hold their feet to the fire. You got to challenge them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not perfect. They're not gonna get every call or every situation right, and they're not going to see everything that you see. So you got to apply pressure to those guys, man, and make sure that they are on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, he too
I
busy
hope
looking
that
at
he
the
can.
call sheet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he was just buried in the call sheet. Like he couldn't breathe or focus on anything else. So I think he realized that just as much as we're sitting here now talking about it and we realize it, I believe that he realized it as well. Hence the reason why he decided to step down and give that control over to Brad Idzik and be more of the CEO of the team. And so he
Hmm.
can have his hand in all three phases of the game, situation of football, communication with the players and the coaches on the sideline, the coaches that's upstairs in the booth. He can help relay those messages. That's what I would like to see. That's what I like. That's what I would like to see, and I'm hoping that it is definitely beneficial uh to us. So let me read a couple comments. You got anything else,
To,
Will?
to include halftime adjustments. I don't think we made efficient halftime adjustments last season
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
he too busy focusing just on offensive stuff. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. What a tea good I'm drinking. Uh, Papa said, "Why would we be worried about tight ends getting the ball? We should worry they stay healthy." Oh, you talking to Broski? All right. So Frankie said, "Yep, the tight end injury has been constant. That is a fact." Uh, Broski and Broski talking to Poppin. Let's see. SC said, "Get them likes up, people. Get them like up, people out them to the like." I SC, you got me messed up. I can't read that. I can't make no sense. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button. I think that's basically basically what SC is saying. Hit the like and subscribe button, man. Support the channel as well. I dropped the link. I think the link is pinned at the top or the bottom of the chat. If you're loving the content, you're loving the conversation, you're enjoying the vibe this morning, whether you are just getting off work, third shift, or on your way to work, dropping the kids off, at school or daycare or the summer program or what have you. If you're in the gym, listening, working out, getting that summer body together, hey, take a time out and click that link that's in the chat that for the PayPal. So yeah, my little goal for each day is $25. So I would greatly appreciate it if you guys do that as well. Oh, SC cleaned it up. He said, "Put the hammer to the light buttons." My bad, low tone, sir. Driver, what it do? Driver said, "What it
That's the
do? What it
number.
do, my guy? What's going on,
Yep.
driver?" Hey, I'm gonna drop the link again. If anybody want to come up and enjoying the conversation, you are more than welcome. I just ask that everybody, when you come in, read the room, match the energy. That's how we're gonna roll with that. And she said, "Those are hammers, sir." I said that. Hammer smashed the. You know what, SC? You got it. I'll make sure I recognize that next time. God dang. What you say, Will?
No, I was just laughing at you in SC. Yeah.
Broski said, "Smash the like, subscribe, and share. Support Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk." Already. Hey, Broski, I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate that. Do exactly what Broski said. Support Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Yeah. So I had a live poll set up. I think there was something wrong with the live polls yesterday because it wasn't generating. So I'm gonna skip the live polls today. But Will, you got anything else on this first topic before we move on?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay. So my lean on that is giving up play calling is not a weakness by itself. It can be a mature, excuse me, it can be a mature leadership move, but the standard changes. If Canales give up the call sheet, the Panthers have to look cleaner as a team. Better organization, better communication, better situational football, better sideline control. Because when you give up the call sheet, you do not give up the responsibility. You take on a bigger one. And I believe that's facts. That is facts. So we're gonna transition to the next topic. And now that we have talked about the role change, let's get into the offense. Uh, s- Stepping away from play calling does not mean Canales disappears from the offense. The question is whether he can actually help the offense more by seeing it from a wider view. You know, I talked about increasing his bandwidth, so to speak. All right. So this is topic 2, Canales offensive structure test. So this is the facts. Dave Canales is stepping away from calling every offensive play. I'm sorry, but he's still the head coach. That means his fingerprints should still be on the offensive identity, the weekly plan, the game day rhythm, and the development of Bryce Young. So the context is there's a difference between calling the offense and shaping the offense. Calling plays is the moment to moment job, shaping the offense is the bigger picture job. That includes the weekly plan, offensive identity, practice, emphasis, situational priorities, red zone plan, third downs, red run pass balance, protection answers, personnel usage, and how the offense responds when things are not working. Canales can still be heavily involved in the offense without being the person who calls every snap. The potential benefits is that he can now watch the offense from a wider angle. Instead of thinking only about the next play, he can look at the bigger picture. Is the offense in rhythm? Is Bryce comfortable? Are the receivers getting involved? Is the run game helping the quarterback? Are they staying ahead of the sticks? Are they wasting possessions? Are they finishing drives? This is where Canales still has to matter. So the question, Will, can Dave Canales help the Panthers offense more by overseeing the structure instead of calling every play himself? Yes or no? What say
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Okay.
Back to what I was saying is, you know, him trying to be, I'm a king of analogies, man. You'll learn that about me. Instead of him being the chef in the kitchen, He's
Mhm.
in there sending the soup back saying, I need a little more, a little more spice in this. Or
Yes,
little
chef.
less. Yeah, exactly. Tell the chef back there, mwah,
Yeah.
excellent meal. I love it. Right.
Right,
Or
right.
this, that, and the third. Right. He is um the restaurant owner, right? The proprietor. He's telling them
Mhm.
what he want to be able to serve to his patrons. So
Right.
I I am I think that this I so to answer that question is yes. And then also to your point, I think that he had to do self scouting at the end of the season to determine play me doing all the things I'm doing and calling plays is not good for me.
Mhm.
It's we're not going to reach our ceiling by doing it the way that I'm doing.
Okay. All right. I also think it's more beneficial for him as well. Um do you believe that Bryce Young development remains tied to Canales leadership?
Yes.
Okay, how so?
Um.
Good morning, Red Swan. Top of the morning to you.
Good morning,
Go ahead, my
Ray.
bad, Will.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, Ray. Um. Yes. And so I think that's the case because he's the coach who was brought in to help develop him if he could be developed.
Yeah,
He was the coach that benched him. He was the coach that put him back in. And he's the coach that stuck with him. And
that's true.
he's the coach that's saying that he's the guy. Now, that is Dave Canales's thought process, and it's Dan Morgan's process. I know you're going to talk about, front office later, but that team, Bryce Young's development hinges on him shaping the next iteration of growth that Bryce Young experiences. And he will also be the one who criticizes and benches Bryce if it doesn't happen. Because
Right.
he's made it clear that the team comes first. He made that
Okay.
clear in the beginning.
Well, what do you mean by that? He made it clear. What did he say exactly?
He he benched Bryce week 2.
Oh yeah, you talk. Okay, yeah, the benching. Right.
He made it clear that the team comes first. He said when he benched
Right.
him, Andy Dalton gives us the best chance to win. Not for
Yep.
Bryce Young to
Yeah,
play his
I
way out of
remember
the
that.
funk. Not the
Right.
best way to Bryce Young to play his way out of the funk or whatever he was in. Andy Dalton gives us the team the best chance to win. The team comes first.
Yep. Yeah. Um. So with that being said, do you believe that Canales can still shape the offense without calling every play?
My phone broke up a little bit. Say that again.
I said, do you think Canales can still shape the offense without calling every play?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what you've seen. That you've seen a lot of head coaches that are CEO coaches able to set the conditions and the fabric of what the team is going to do and how they're going to do it. Um, a lot of head coaches do that. You don't have to be the McVay to be able to have that level of impact on the offense, right? You
Yeah.
could you could okay. Um, a great example of a CEO style head coach. Now, of course, I'm going to one of the gold standards would be um the guy that's up in New York right now that they just put up in New York that left Baltimore, um,
Oh, Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. So he's now, of course,
Not
that's the
Jim.
gold
Not
standard.
Jim. His brother, John.
Yeah, yeah,
John Harbaugh.
John
Yeah.
Harbaugh. Jim is over in
Yeah. San
L.A.
Diego.
Yes,
LA.
yeah.
Yeah. LA.
Um, but he's a gold standard of what it looks like to be a CEO head coach. Now, I'm not saying that he will get to that point. I hope he gets to that point, but I don't. But that's what I'm getting at. You can see on the Baltimore teams, you could see his imprint and his DNA both on offense, defense, special teams, everything. His entire the entire team was kind of an embodiment of the head coach.
Okay. All right. I like that answer. Let me catch up on the chat. Red Feinbaum 1522 said, I think handing the play calling over to a first time play caller is very risky in a season in which the Panthers draw a first place schedule. My expectation is for Idzik to fail, and he will be fired. Wow, that's big. What you think about that comment by our veteran brother, Blue Swarm?
Um, so two things. One, it's not like a new system, a new signals. This guy coming in wasn't running. He was the offensive coordinator for 2 years. He just wasn't the play caller.
Right,
So he was helping doing the installs. He was helping all that stuff. So it's not like he was sitting there scanning copies of paper and handing it. He wasn't like a dang on special assistant to the head coach, right?
right.
That's one. So to say that, that would make sense what Red was saying if there was a new offense, new play calls, new system, new signals, everything was new. And this guy's a first time play caller, first time offensive coordinator. He's never installed an offense by himself, none of that. I think that there is risk to what Red Swarm is saying. So there is some risk, but
Yeah,
not to that drastic that he's talking about. Oh, he's going to fail and he will be fired.
right.
Anytime you speak in absolutes like that, you got to give me definitive proof that that is the case.
I agree with you.
Because
I'm
you got
I'm gonna
you
say,
speaking in
yeah. Go ahead, my
absolutes.
bad.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you speaking in absolutes means that you are coming from a point of your opinion versus thinking through this of the pros and cons associated with
yeah. So I'm gonna reserve my comments for Brad Idzik tomorrow when the focus will be on Brad Idzik. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a deep dive into that
it.
comment
Okay.
and make it a conversation today because this is Dave Canales and I'm gonna stay right there. Gerald Stick says, I'm sure Canales will still be involved in the offensive scheme throughout the week leading up to Sundays. I'm pretty sure that he will be involved too. I don't think he just gonna drop the leash or take the leash off of Brad Idzik and say just roam and do what you want to do. No, I think there's going to be some structure to it. I believe that he's going to be involved. Now, how involved, I have no idea, but I think he will have some involvement over um the week to week game plan. But I think it's going to be, and Dave has said it's going to be um Brad Izzik's play call sheet when it comes to Sunday and his play calling. So again, like we'll get more into Brad Idzik tomorrow because he is the big enigma uh when it comes to this whole um coaching decision, and things leading up to his first year being the play caller. So that's the big question mark, and we'll definitely get into that tomorrow. Let's see. D Cash said Canales and Idzik been together 7 years. Why would Idzik ever be a scapegoat when they're attached at the hip? Shaking my head.
Thank you.
That's good. That's a
Thank
good
you.
point.
That is an excellent point.
That's an excellent point. Yep. So, Freddie's talking to Red Swarm. Broski said, I hear what Red is saying. It's a chess move by Canales. If Idzik fails, then Canales has a scapegoat. Canales can say, but I wasn't the one calling plays.
Give
Okay,
me a break
Broski.
here.
Frankie said, it's the same offense plays. Will be cool to see what he can do. Yeah, it is the same system. The system, that's the thing. The system hasn't changed. Will he put his own little spin, his own little sauce on certain things? Is there going to be a few plays that he possibly have added, you know, that we haven't seen or hasn't been called before? The most important thing, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm about to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, you right, Frankie. It is the same offensive plays, but there's things that's going to be different. All right. Trying to say Bryce trust Izzy when Canales called that flea flicker. Bryce went to Izzy saying, "Why would he call that?" Okay, you remember that, Will? I don't remember that.
Yes, I remember that. That was in the Tampa Bay game. Um, he went over to
No,
Isaac, and that wasn't a Tampa
go
Bay
ahead, go
game when
ahead.
it was wet. When it
Okay,
was wet, and
yeah,
we was in the red zone, and we called a flea flicker.
yeah. I remember the
And
play, but I don't remember him going
he
to
he
Izzy.
went to he went to Isaac, and normally, normally put their towel over their mouth and talk.
Yeah.
He ain't put his towel over his mouth. He said, "Why are we calling that? What are we doing?"
Oh, okay, okay, cool. I didn't catch that one. I missed that one.
Mhm.
All right. Reality Beat said, how would Darrell Bevell affect the play calling? Well, we would talk about Darrell Bevell come Friday. Friday is dedicated to Darrell Bevell. Tomorrow is dedicated to Brad Idzik. So Reality Beats, make sure you tap back in Friday, and we can definitely answer that question for you, my guy. Red Swan said, Greek, I am working to pull up first time play call success rates for tomorrow's show. Okay, Red, appreciate it. Uh Eternal said, my man Red, peace God. How you feeling? Okay, yeah, he talking to Red. Cyburn 21 said, good morning, folks. Good morning to you, Cyburn. Top of the morning. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Hit that like button. Anybody that hasn't hit that like button on their way in, make sure you hit that like button. I know on my channel the likes really haven't gotten up past like 12 or 13. So I'm trying to get like 20, 25 likes on my channel this morning. So if y'all would do that and greatly oblige me in doing that, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me pull up my cousin, my blood. You know what I'm saying? The little brother I never had, CJ, pull him up to the panel. What's good, cousin?
What up, Tone? How you doing?
Man, I can't call it. I'm good. I'm good. What's good with you?
Bro, same old, same old. Y'all hear me good?
It was going in and out just a minute ago. Just a second ago. I'm sorry.
Okay, what about now? My bad.
Yeah, I hear you now. Who water you done cut off this morning?
Oh. Yeah, I ain't cut off nobody water. That ain't me.
Yeah, yeah.
I work
Well,
in the
let,
offices.
let, let me read through some of these comments and I'll get back to that question for topic 2 for you, and I'll give you an opportunity to answer it. All right. Let's see. Where did it go? All right, there I go. Oh, hold on. We got another straggler. Welcome him to the stage. My man Poppin. What's going on, Poppin?
Good morning, man. I hope my service all right. If not, I'll drop out. Hope everybody doing
Nah,
good.
you good. You good. What's going
All
on
right,
with you?
bro. Hey, man, trying to hurry up and get down this road and get back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get through these comments some of these comments real quick, and I go back to that second question for both you and CJ. Uh Young Freddie said no two play callers calls the game the same way. Never. That's a facts. That's facts. Freddie. Red Swarm said peace is priceless. That's also a fact. Peace is everything in my book. Tim Bullock said I was under the impression that Idzik designed and drew up most of the plays. Yeah, I don't know about that, but again, we will get into Brad Idzik in tomorrow's show. All right. So tap in and we can get those questions answered or try to figure it out. Kevin Hubbard said, "Good morning, Panthers Nation. Good morning, Kevin. Kevin, who done dropped out? CJ done dropped out already. All right. Good morning, Kevin. Glad that you tapped in, my guy. Hit that like button for me. I know you probably subscribed to CJ channel already. Also subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and turn those notification and select all for me. SC says so we can block Blue Swarm on CJ's channel, right? Listen. Hey, that's between CJ and what CJ want to do on his channel. But yeah, I think that's a possibility, but you have to talk to CJ about that one. And as he said, "What's up, Circle?" Oh, circles in the chat. Who was Circle in the chat? I ain't see him. Okay, what's good, Circle? Popping, popping bullets. Okay, I don't know where Poppin's at right now. So if you haven't, oh, he dropped off too. All right. So yeah, if you're enjoying the show this morning, the link is in the chat. Support the show. All right. Support the show. The goal for today is just $25. It's just $25. You can scan that QR code that's at the top right. Will take you to the PayPal. And if you do support the show, let me know in the comments because I don't want to read nobody's full government name. Just let me know that you support the show, and I can shout you out that way. I'm not going to um, read nobody government name. Okay, so let's see. Poppin is back. Poppin, you back? What's good?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know. I guess I'll get bad signal or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dino Bravo. Oh, that's Tim. I mean that's Circle. Okay. What's going on, Circle? What's popping? Hey, glad that you tapped in this morning. Welcome to the morning kickoff. I know you've been here before. This is not your first time in to the channel. So yeah, I recognize the name Dino Bravo, but I did not know that was Circle. Appreciate you tapping in, my guy. Hit that like button on your way in. All right. Gerald Stick said that was Dino. Okay, yeah. All right, let me bring CJ back up. What's up, cuz?
My bad. The missus call. What's going on?
Oh, okay. All right. Just reading through some of these comments real quick. Gerald Stick says salute. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's Red talking. Frankie said first preseason game is less than a month away. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I hope everybody is excited. Like I'm excited, but like you said, Frank, I ain't gonna drink the Kool-Aid. Not this year. It's a wait and see situation for me. So that there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of things that we need to see the operation of pretty much. Supernova Moore said, "Good morning, Port City family. What's going on, Supernova? Hey, what you know about that Port City? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. New Hanover County. Holla back at your boy. Yes, sir. So popping CJ, I'm gonna go back to the debate question. And the question was, can Dave Canales help the Panthers offense more by overseeing the structure instead of calling every play himself? Papa, you go ahead and go first.
Um, are you strictly just talking about the offense?
No, he's given up the play calling, right? Dave
Yeah.
Canales
That's
helped
what
the
I'm
Panthers
asking.
offense more by overseeing the structure instead of calling every play himself. So
Uh,
the structure is the team.
yeah, I think he can. Because like you said earlier about him not able to uh, call timeouts or challenge the referees, that was a big problem. That was a big problem. He was head over heels in that playbook, and it seemed like he didn't want to step on anybody's toes. I understand that you trying to not ruffle anybody's feathers, but I mean, hey, you got to work those referees, man. You got to work them. You got to let them know that
Yeah.
you're there, that you got to be respected. Um, I'm not gonna be crying like other fan bases do. Oh, we didn't get this play call. We didn't get this flag. I mean, it comes with the game, but at least let us know that hey, you see what's going on, and you're gonna step up and talk to him about it because you're cheating yourself, and you not only that you're cheating yourself. That means you're also cheating the team. So I think him overseeing, he also can be able to see some things that he wasn't seeing as far as like um, the running backs coming and giving you suggestions about certain play calls that they could run. I mean, if he was able to, kind of survey the land, he probably would be able to see this. Like, I see this. So yeah, I think he definitely can help.
Okay. Hold on. Let me read the money real quick. Let me shout out Gerald Stick Jones for that $10 PayPal gift. Hey, appreciate it, my guy. He said I sent a little something to you at UO Sports Talk. Hey, I just got it. My boy. Appreciate you for supporting the channel, showing love. And yeah, if you guys enjoying the content, enjoying the conversation, enjoying the vibe, that I'm trying to bring to you each and every morning. Hey, show love to the channel, man. Just show a little love. My little daily goal is just $25. So you know what I'm saying that I don't think that's much between the 37 people that are currently watching on YouTube. So yeah, help me reach that little small daily goal. It would greatly be appreciated. All right, CJ, give me your answer. Give me your thought on that debate question. Do you need me to repeat again, or you remember?
Now you know what? My old man brain is actually working pretty good this morning. Um, but no, I think that it can. It has the potential to help the structure. Okay, but it's still TBD. And I'm going to be answering a lot of questions like that, until we see something on the field, as fully, to be determined or kind of partially to be determined. Now, like Papa said, um, now I kind of agree, we as fan bases, we get mad when we don't get a call and we complain about it. Now, but for Dave Canales, I want Dave Canales to be a bitch about it. I want him to be in the refs' ears. I want him to be complaining, because the thing is, and what have I learned lately? Tony always say, if you don't open your mouth and say nothing, you're not gonna get no results. You know what I mean?
That's
If he's
facts.
on the side,
That's
if he's on
facts.
the sideline, just kind of like, eh, well, it is what it is, guys. Let's go on to the next play. But then you see some of these other coaches, and they running down the damn sidelines, in the ref's ear, like, hey, did you see that? They've been doing that the whole game, and you never know
Right.
what may become of it. But and as far as like Idzik, and I think I was hearing when I got in here and turned the live on, people talking about Idzik and the play calling and this and that. Um, Idzik has been with Canales for a long time, a very long time. Think about it in
Yes, he had.
terms of how you work. You know what I mean? And you're a manager and you got an assistant manager. Okay, and y'all a team. Everybody likes the manager, everybody likes the assistant manager. The assistant manager moves on. The manager moves on, the assistant manager takes over. Now, mind you, okay, the assistant manager might have some things they want to do different, but the core of, whatever business y'all doing is the same. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like that with Brad Idzik. You know, it's the same offense, but I do think that it has the potential to be a little bit more explosive. You know, with Brad Idzik, and not that it couldn't be explosive with Canales, because I heard somebody say, you know, of course, it was talking about Bryce Young, and it was like, well, everybody's talking about Canales giving up plays, and when Bryce had his 400-yard game against the Falcons, it's like, well, who called them plays? We know Canales called the plays,
Right.
but Canales even admitted, he was kind of inconsistent with the play calling, and we as fans, we can see it. I've seen it live and in person, in Bank of America Stadium. You know what I
Facts.
mean? So, but yeah, I think I think it'll be good for the structure. And it might be a situation where he can, balance his time, with the offense and with defense during the game. You get what I'm saying? He might
Okay.
be able to go over and have a conversation with Everall, or or special teams coordinator, or whatnot. Yeah. So
Right.
like I said,
That
I think
that
it can.
bandwidth. That
Yeah.
bandwidth. Yeah.
hmm I think it can be beneficial, but it's still to be determined. But I think it can be.
Right. Let me read the money real quick, and I'm gonna get back to you and Popping because I have two other questions about this. And CJ, you can go first. But shout out to Eternal 252 for the 4.99 super chat. He said confetti falling NFC conference this year, nothing less than the NFC division. Hey, I feel you on that, Eternal. That's pressure at its finest. That's highly optimistic, in my opinion. But there's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars. There's nothing wrong with wanting the most from your team. So I'm definitely with you on that, and definitely appreciate that 4.99 super chat. Will
It's
you was
the
gonna
one
say
way
something,
or the other.
From
Mister
hey,
One?
hey, from his lips to God's ears. How about that?
I know that's right. I know that's right. Let me read this other comment real
Preach,
quick, and then I
Pastor.
get to those questions. J Rock Stick City said, "Good morning, all. As long as he gets the play call in before 10 seconds and hiking the ball on 1 second constantly." Yeah, I agree. There was some to me, in my opinion. I think there was some improvement from year one to year two on that. You still saw some of it in year two, but I think they did a better job getting the plays in and giving Bryce more time to read the defense before snapping the ball. And I think a lot of times, because the defense can show you one thing pre-snap and give you something else different post-snap. I'm not mad that he takes his time to read the defense. I just don't like to see them like hurrying up and him clapping his hands real fast because the center is still trying to get the line situated by calling out protections and things like that. But yeah, getting the play in on time, giving him time to read the defense, and then snapping the ball. Hey, I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem with that. I just don't like for it to look like it's rushed. Okay, but appreciate you, J Rock. And so my other question, this one you can start with this one, CJ. And you probably heard this one earlier. Do you believe that Bryce Young development remains tied to Canales' leadership?
In a way, yes. But I think that for the most part, Bryce Young's development, um, is more so on him to get out there, work on his footwork, um, work on reading these defenses. Like my man said, work on getting up to the line, getting the playoff without having to wait, for 1 second to snap the ball. Like you said, Tony, look rushed. Um, but I mean, I think it's tied to it a little bit, but I'm going to have to, put more of it on Bryce to go out there and make himself better. You know what I mean? Because I think from Canales' standpoint, like I said, we've seen flashes of it. You know what I'm saying? We've seen
Right.
flashes of Bryce being good, and we've seen a lot of inconsistency. When he's not as good. But
Right.
yeah, that's a good question right there. But I'm not gonna put it all on Canales. I think that I think he's definitely helped Bryce's development, but I still think it's more on Bryce himself to go out there and make sure that he's doing what he's doing, because Canales is calling the plays, now Idzik is calling the plays. It's still up to Bryce to get out there and execute on the field, so that's on him. You get what I'm saying?
That's a
But
fact. That's a fact.
you know, hopefully, if the inconsistency that Dave Canales himself pointed out in his play calling can be resolved by Brad Idzik, I think that would help, Bryce's development. But it's still Bryce got the he got the to carry this book bag and carry the load himself on this one for the most part.
Okay. Poppin', what you think?
Shout out to CJ for pointing out Bryce's book bag. Uh, such a
Bryce pointing out what?
Bryce's book bag. That was such
His
a
book
beloved
bag.
pic. Yeah, that was a beloved picture that spawned the internet for months and months on end. Mr. Red Swarm himself terrorized me about that book bag for months. Thank you, CJ. Thank you. Uh,
Anytime, brother.
I agree with CJ all the way through with all his comments. It depends on Bryce putting in that work. But I think people don't realize how much Bryce and Brad Idzik relationship has grown over the years. Um, Brad has talked about how he's had these sessions breaking down film, calling plays that Bryce likes, and things of that nature, and doing it with the wide receivers with Bryce. So I think they have a very good relationship. But it really depends on who's putting in that work. You know, Dave Canales can't make Bryce go out there and work out. He can't make Bryce stay in shape. He can't make Bryce get in the playbook. Those are things he has to do on his own. And Canales, even though he's taking a step back, he also has to self-manage himself to not be inconsistent, not to get in the way, uh, not to put himself in troubled waters. So they're both, I guess, what I would say would have to improve themselves while helping each other improve as well.
Okay. All right. So, Poppin', I'm gonna come right back to you with this with this question. Do you believe Dave Canales can still shape the offense without calling every play?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Because I mean, this is Brad Idzik first time. I mean, he has a even though he sat back in the in the shadows but he's never had to make those hard decisions. It's a lot. It's a lot to do that. Everybody's watching you now. I mean, all the cameras gonna be pointing to you. So I think Canales can help him in ways of, hey, don't do this because this will put you in trouble. But I want him to allow him to take risks, especially if it works. So yeah,
Right. Right. I'm with you on that.
Speak on it.
I'm with you on that. CJ, what you got?
Hold on, my bad. Okay, old man brain kicked in. What was the question? And I was looking at something else.
Do you believe Canales can still shape the offense without calling every play?
Absolutely, because you got to remember, this is still going to be Canales' offense. Okay, I'm sure during the week he's still going to be in all these offensive meetings. They're going to be game planning, scheming for the upcoming opponent, trying to look for their strengths, their weaknesses, see ways they can exploit the defense. But my thing is this: what I want Canales to do is give Izzy the ability to, you know, in real time when the game is going on, if plan A is not working, go ahead and try to lean on towards plan B. You know what I mean? And don't wait
Right.
until, the fourth quarter to do it. And in all facts 21-21, I don't know if I don't think anybody said that, but no, I don't think Dave Canales is a trash OC at all. I think he's a damn good OC. But I think he is doing this for his own betterment as a head coach. You know what I mean?
And the
So
betterment of the team.
and the betterment of the team. And I know a lot of
Right.
people be like, well, you got other head coaches that call plays just fine. It might be different with Dave. You know what I mean? So
Right. Everybody don't have to do the same thing the same way. You know,
mhm.
there's plenty of examples where whether you talking about college or the pros, the head coach don't call offensive defensive plays, or the head coach is the defensive coordinator and he called defensive plays, or he's the offensive coordinator and he called the offensive plays. So yeah, everything is not the same. So do what works for you and your team. And if it's not working, um, acknowledge it, address it, and do something about it. And I think that's what Dave has done uh going into this year. But like I said earlier, the big unknown is how any of this will work out. You know, his CEO type head coaching style, or when it comes to the play calling. All right. So let me read
Hey,
what's
hey,
this
Tom.
yeah.
Hey, okay, so he put up another comment, all facts. So his first comment, I thought he was saying that, I thought he was talking about somebody else calling Dave Canales trash and was saying what, like he was disagreeing with Dave Canales being trash, which I still disagree. I don't think he's trash. But he said, name the Panthers highest ranked offense on the day. Said, why are fans not looking at facts? Bottom third all years under Dave. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Okay. Well, let's address that because clearly he hasn't been following the morning kickoff with unbiased opinion. Clearly he hasn't
Clearly,
heard the panel state the fact that Dave has ranked in the bottom half. I think 23rd was the best as a play caller. It ranked in the bottom third his 1 year in Tampa, and has ranked in the bottom third since he has been in Carolina. Nobody is happy about that. We have stated the facts on that. So yeah, I don't understand that comment fully. But I think the decision that he made, I read an article and it's on Panthers.com. He spoke about this being a humbling experience for him, giving up something that he loves doing as far as calling the plays, but he realized that a different voice needs to be heard. Um, so by him making this decision, he's looking, hoping to accomplish two things at once: giving better overall coaching to the team, and that the play calling with Brad Idzik, would hopefully be better than when he was calling plays. So he's mentioned that. We've talked about it. This is nothing new amongst Panther fans. So yeah. All facts. Appreciate your comment though.
Hey, can I add something to that,
Yeah.
Tony?
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
He's 100% right. And then also we had a lot of rebuilding to do. We had to rebuild the offensive line. We had a wide receiving core that was lacking in talent. Um, we still got some on the skill position side. We still got some work to do. Bryce development had to take place. So the ingredients that Dave had wasn't always premium ingredients. And we also have to understand that it's the arrow is pointing up, and we have been seeing positive results. You got to at least acknowledge that about what we're seeing in the offense, not just the net end result of what you see as okay, bottom half or bottom third, bottom third.
It's always when I don't know if anybody has ever cooked gumbo before, right? Like you have to be very particular when you call yourself cooking a good pot of gumbo, and the ingredients that goes into that gumbo is very important. Like me, where I'm at now, there's nowhere in the world I would attempt to make a pot of gumbo because I don't have access to a dolly sausage, right? I can't eat gumbo without a dolly sausage in it. You know what I'm saying?
You put some
If the
ratatouille
roux
in
is
there, it'll
not,
be fine.
yeah, I know, but I gotta have my Dolly sausage. I got that's just me, Will. If the roux is not made correctly, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know how to make roux. That is really the key to making gumbo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you don't get the roux right, all you doing is making a shrimp boil. You know what I'm saying? So um to your point about that, having the right ingredients, and we talked about this yesterday, and it has been discussed before, when it came to the talent level, people being able to try to do your best with what you got. Um, this year, I think the ingredients is a little bit better than last year. Last year ingredients may be uh a little bit better than 2023. I think Dave and Dan is slowly um acquiring the right ingredients to make this gumbo come to life and probably make it the best possible gumbo that we have experienced as Panther fans, if that makes sense. But shout out QJ Smith. He said, "What's up, CJ?" And Eternal 252 says, long as we win, if we start losing, then yeah, time to get rid of people. We got too much talent to just be losing. Yeah, we do have enough talent, but like we said, Eternal, everybody has to be healthy. I feel good come week one if everybody is healthy and available. Yeah.
I got a question for Portland and Tony.
You sounded kind of muffled or like breaking up, popping.
Oh,
Distorted. Distorted.
okay.
Okay. Red Swarm said, I don't know about that, CJ. As a play caller, Dave Canales' offense have ranked 23rd, 29th, and 27th in the league. That's not very good at all. Yeah, Red, we have
Yeah,
acknowledged that. Yeah.
hmm I
Go
ain't
ahead,
disagreeing
CJ.
with the numbers. I ain't disagreeing with the numbers at all. But just like I like to say about the offense, and the defensive time, you have seen flashes. You have seen Canales, in his bag at times. And like I'm gonna keep saying this until it happens. This whole team, in general, needs more consistency across the board. Okay, that's why I said the number one thing in training camp, preseason, going into the regular season, consistency. Everybody at every position across the board needs to be more consistent.
Yep. Consistency is key. They are definitely key. Broski said he has a question for everyone. What is the identity of a Dave Canales offense? Well, I'm gonna answer that forward thinking because now this is not Dave Canales offense. This is Brad Idzik offense. So I think the better question would be, what is Brad Idzik play style is going to look like? How do he sequence plays? Things of that nature. And again, we will get into Brad Idzik tomorrow. So if anybody have an answer um to Broski's question, feel free. But Brad, is it again? We'll touch on that tomorrow because I don't think, for me personally, I can't really answer that anymore because he's not in control of the offense. He's not the play caller. But anyone can answer that question if y'all want to.
Hey, let me say it. I think the identity of a Dave Canales offense. He wants to be a physical run team first and foremost. Okay, we've seen it, and sometimes I think he's pretty damn stubborn with it. To the point where it doesn't bode well for the Panthers in particular games. I think he wants to be run first, physical offense, and then try to let that lead into play action, opportunities. Um, and I do think he's a bit on the conservative side at times. One thing I wanted Canals to do was air it out more. Just let it rip some more times. But yeah, I think the identity that Canales wants, physical, run first team, and then go from there. Hopefully that leads opportunities, play action. He has those a lot of passes across the middle of the field, underneath, but yeah, just to run first offense, and yeah. So
Pop and Will, either one of y'all want to answer that?
Yeah, I
Does my
think
mic
that
sound better? Sorry. Oh, my bad. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Go ahead. You go because you're in a good spot now. Go ahead, Poppin.
Go ahead, Papa.
Well, I mean, I had a silly question, but it really started with Will. Will came in here talking about moving plates and sending plates back, and then CJ started talking about seasoning and gumbo. I have now pulled over to Bojangles. Are y'all hungry?
hold on, wait a minute. No, that was not me. That was
I
low
mean,
tone
Tony.
tone. That was
Yeah,
not
low
me.
tone, tone. My bad, tone. Yeah, y'all hungry or something? Cause y'all done got me hungry, and now I done pulled up to Bojangles, man.
Hey, I done had a burrito already this morning, so I'm good.
Oh God. Nah, that wasn't intentions popping, but hey, let me tell you something. I can eat gumbo morning, noon, or night. It don't even matter.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, so Tony, Tony. So CJ hit it right on the nail on the head there. It's a run first team um, that will open up into play action and get some targets, mid range targets. I think that the deep threat wasn't there because he didn't have the ingredients for deep threats. I thought that he should still have used it more, but hopefully with
Right.
bringing in Brazel and having the ability to have Coker healthy all season will open up opportunities to be able to go deeper down the field. So I'm hoping that Brad Idzik is able to capitalize on that. I know we'll talk about him tomorrow, but looking back, that was the Panthers' identity on offense was a run first team. I mean, just think about the guard play that we put into place. Um, and when we put that guard play into place, Chuba Hubbard had 1,000-yard rushing season, north of 1,000 yards. Rico Dowdle had 1,000-yard rushing season even when Chuba was injured. I still believe that
Facts.
we will have 1,000-yard rusher this season. So that is, I still think, going to be part of the core identity.
Okay. All right. So all facts 21 said, thank you for that clarity. I apologize. I didn't hear the whole conversation. I'm a Panther fan and think we can be dangerous for years to come. Hey, no problem, all facts. Hey, but I do concur with what you said at the end. I think we can be dangerous for years to come. That's what I'm hoping. So there's a lot that's going to hinge. There's a lot hinging on the decision for Dave to give a play calling, take more of a CEO approach for the whole team, and Brad Idzik, excuse me, calling plays for the first time in live action. I mean, the regular season in his career. So yeah, there's a lot riding on both decisions. So we have to see how it plays out. Uh Ronnie said, Good morning, fellas. Loving the tone, setting, structure of the show. Similar to Dave Canales and his ability to create leadership, flexibility within the locker room and on the field. Shout out to you, Ronnie. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like button on your way in, or if you're on your way out, hit that like button and subscribe to both channels, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and the Carolina Armchair GM CJ. If you haven't, subscribe to both channels. Hit the post notification bell. Turn on the post notification bell. Select all so you'll be made aware when we go live. I'm here every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, and I am streaming to both channels. All right. And I don't know where CJ is right now, but we are trying to get him to the 2,000 subscriber mark. So if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do so we can hurry up and get him to 2K before this preseason. I would like to get it done before the preseason. So we got a couple weeks.
1995.
All right, so we need 5 more subscribers to get that happen, to make that happen. So listen, I know y'all got extra YouTube accounts. Everybody ain't just sitting at just one. So go to your alias accounts, subscribe to the channel, 4 or 5 times each on both channels, and we would greatly appreciate it. Now we know you're only gonna watch on one,
Sure will.
but if you're like me, I got about 7, right? So cool. Yeah. So I'm putting it out on Front Street. If I know I'm doing it, y'all doing it too. So subscribe and become a member. Just subscribe. I'm over talking myself. Yeah, subscribe.
CJ,
And if you, yeah, and if you're loving the show, if you're loving the conversation, you're loving the vibe this morning, and it got you feeling some type of way, support the show. The QR code is in the top right corner. Scan that code. It will take you to the PayPal. And as CJ likes to say, show a little love offering. Yeah, give a little love offering this morning.
Show a little love. Get down tonight.
My little daily goal is $25. So if you guys would helping me reach that goal, I would greatly appreciate it. And the link is also in the chat. I think it's at the bottom of the chat, the bottom of the top. Hell, I don't know, but it's in there. All right. So I'm catch up on a couple more of these. Turner said, Broski, do you have a channel? I send you a breakdown of Brad Idzik play calling. Okay, so he's talking to Broski. E-Rock 336, watch this. My boy said, yeah, good morning, everybody. That's the inside joke between me and E-Rock. You know what I mean when I say that. Glad that you tapped in, my guy. Hit that like button for me. Let's see. Gerald with the laughing emoji. Oh, let me go back. I missed one. Damo Smith said Canales likes that ball control offense. Yeah, he does. He does, but I wish we would just see more consistency from that. Choose an identity and stick with it is what I'm trying to say. As he said, let me get 2 plain biscuits and a large sweet. Curtis Jr. He talking to CJ.
Hey, shoot, I stopped by the QT on the way this morning. I can't help.
Yeah, Teflon Twan said if Bryce Young airs it out, he will have a career high in interceptions. Oh wow! What you mean? What you mean by that, Teflon? Yeah, talk to me.
Well, now mind you, I'm not saying air it out on every single play, but I think there. Sorry, y'all. I think there are more opportunities for Bryce to air it out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's more opportunities for him to air it out. I think it stretches the defense because the defenses are always kind of buttoned down against our receivers, and the threat of going deep is not always there.
Or maybe they just didn't call as many deep shots as the fans would have liked to see.
There you go.
And I think that taps into the conservativeness of his play calling. He's very conservative when it comes to play calling. He wants to get, let the run set the play action, um
Hmm.
try to get you to drop a safety in the box, and then he tries to go he wants to go over the top. That's the simplicity that was in Dave Canales playbook. Um so I just don't think that we consistently did the things that we needed to do in order to do that. Like you said, there were hit and miss type games where we would see it, like against Atlanta when Bryce threw for 448. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the best display on, getting the ball downfield. So I would
Right.
love to have seen more of that. Reality says to be a run first team, we got more talented wide receivers than running backs. Well, I think any team is gonna have more talented wide receivers than running backs. That's just the numbers when it comes to that reality. Uh Broski says smash the like, subscribe, and share. Support Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Talk to him, Broski. Talk to him. Rodney Young said executing winning play calling is definitely icing on the cake with maximizing the strengths of the offense, but it's a skill set that's mastered as a result of winning. I'm with you when you're right, Ronnie. I have no argument. I think you said it all just right there.
Execute that cash out.
Yeah. Oh, PayPal. I don't have
Pay
Cash App.
cash, homie.
Oh no, I got
Yeah.
cash out. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. We ain't gonna do that. Tony got them Kevin
Hey,
Durant burner YouTube accounts.
oh wow. Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Go ahead,
Tony.
Will.
Hey, I'm gonna have to drop off for about 15, 20 minutes or so. I got to take this business call, work related call, and if the panel's not full, I'm gonna hop right back on.
Okay. All right. All right, Will, no problem.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. E-Rock said, oh, he talking to SC. All right. Rare Swarm says, kind of funny to hear you guys say air it out with Bryce Young. That is exactly what would happen. Air under the ball. He does not have the arm strength for a high number of passes over 20 yards. Okay. Eternal said, well, they sit on the routes because 20 yards is a deep pass. Hey, you listen. There's evidence out there. If people want to see it, all you gotta do is go look at it. You know, that's all you have to do. Let's see. What's in the bag? Okay. All right, Papa. I got you. Uh Broski said, I understand the point that was made about the lack of running back talent. Chuba is nothing more than a solid rotational running back, a number two in the rotation. Brooks isn't going to last. You can write him off. Okay, Broski. Appreciate your thoughts and opinion. Maybe HN gets some run this season. Maybe. We don't know as of yet. Let's see. Reality B said that's obvious. What talent we got in the running back room is what I'm saying. We can go on and on with the wide receiver room. Okay. Ronnie said, well, I think that has everything to do with Canales wanting Chris Brazel. Canales' conservative approach has to do with the lack of home run ability at the wide receiver position. That's a good point, Ronnie. Um, Up until last year, I think Tedder Roars, Nalo showed little flashes here and there. Jalen Coker definitely showed his ability to separate and get open down the field when he was healthy and available last year. So when you add in a Chris Brazel, when you add in how can I say it, a more mature and hopefully route running ability of Excel. Um, maybe that will open those things up in the pass game. I don't know. We will definitely have to wait and see. If everything is true as they're saying it is, that is definitely a strong possibility. Papa, what you think about that?
Um, man, you trying to get me to say some hot takes on here this morning, boy. Woo-wee. You know what? I'll say that you never have too many weapons. I'll put it like that. Never nothing wrong with having too many weapons. And when you have all these different weapons,
Yeah.
it's really up. You can't see what the weapons are unless the play caller puts them in the right position. And you can't see what your players got if the quarterback can't get them the ball. So it works hand in hand. I think we have a unknown wide receiver room. I think there's a lot of talent that hasn't been tapped, and
Uh-huh.
I love the different size and potential of all of them. So yeah,
Right.
we'll see how it goes.
Okay. CJ, give me your quick thought on that. Then we're gonna get back to Dave Canales.
You talking about Ronnie's comment?
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you, I always thought even since XL was here, there was opportunities, for more deep passes. But they said, somebody said in the comments earlier, Canales like that ball control offense. Um, I've thought from the jump, you know, XL coming in, having the speed, calling more go routes or more post routes, stuff like that for him, and me and Red Swarm been going back and forth in the chat. I'm not saying that Bryce Young has a cannon for an arm, and I know nobody is saying that. I know we can all agree on that. But to say that he can't make some deep passes down the field, I think it's just is crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
He can
Hmm.
he can air it out. I'm not saying he's going to be out there throwing 80-yard passes, but he can air it out. And if they call the right plays and we get the right matchups, he can be efficient. And he has been efficient at throwing the deep pass. You know what I mean? I think they
Okay.
just need to tap into it more. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying go out there every other play, and try to throw the ball 34 yards down the field. But I think there's more opportunities to be had. That's all. And even with
Gotcha.
this, and it's not just the Atlanta game. The Atlanta game was yards, but there are other games out there where you do see them throwing the ball down the field and Bryce putting the ball on the money. That's all.
That's facts. Teflon Twan's the evidence against what time Atlanta trash team. Okay. Uh Broski said that's a very good point by Popping. It's a difficult to grade the talent on a team when you have a handicap at quarterback, butter on a biscuit. All right. Shout out Eternal 252 for another $5 super chat. He said Bryce gonna have to be like Dak and throw it up and trust your man to strong arm his guy. That's how Lamb and Pickens end up with 12 to 1,500 yards. Hashtag confetti. Hey, appreciate that $5 super chat, Eternal. Yeah, I'm not gonna let the conversation steer too much about Bryce because this is not about Bryce today. This is about Dave Canales. All right. So yeah, I appreciate the $5 super chat and the comment. Yeah, Bryce Young is statistically the most accurate deep ball passer over 20 yards in the NFL, 20 yards last season. Okay. Uh, so I'm a Bears fan 100%. I live in Charlotte and would like to see the Panthers do well, though. Okay, broski. All right, so we're going to move on to my third topic, and it is the sideline CEO test. All right, so let's talk about the part that may matter most on Sundays, the sideline. Because if Canales is not buried into the next play call, the Panthers need to feel his presence across the whole team. We kind of hit on that a little bit. So when a head coach is not calling plays, he should have more freedom to manage the full sideline. That includes offense, defense, special teams, play caller communication, emotional control, clock management, and in-game adjustments. So the context is game day leadership is not just about the headset; it's about presence. A head coach has to know when to talk to the quarterback, when to check on the defense, when to challenge the staff, when to settle the team down, when to take control of a situation, and when to let the coordinators work. That is where this changes becomes important for Canales. If he is not calling plays, he should have more room to talk with Bryce between drives, communicate with defensive leaders, stay alert on special team situations, manage clock and timeouts, watch player emotions, and keep the whole operation connected. That is the CEO head coach test. The team cannot look like three separate operations. The offense cannot be on one island. The defense cannot be on another island. Special teams cannot be an afterthought. Canales have to make the Panthers look like one connected football team. So the question to you fellas, oh, I see Papa dropped off. So the question to you, CJ, is will a more hands-on sideline role make Dave Canales a better game day head coach? What say you, sir?
TBD, but I hope so. I hope so. I don't. Yeah, yeah. For me, that's just kind of one of those waiting. We gotta wait and see type deals. Uh, you know, yeah, man. Because in his first 2 years being a head coach, his first head coaching experience, he's been a play caller and head coach. So we'll have to see how this turns out.
Do you believe the sideline should feel more connected, or do you believe that it will be more connected?
I do think it should be. But again, like I don't think it's necessarily disconnected. But I do think that Canales will have more opportunities to get a little bit more involved. And like I was saying earlier, even working the refs. You know what I mean? Get out there and
Right.
work these refs. Let them know, like, hey, nah, well, I see this. They see this. They showing it on the replay, but for whatever reason, you can't see this. You know what I mean? You gotta get on the refs, dog. You can't just sit there and be like, if you ain't doing nothing, they ain't gonna do nothing.
No, that's true. That is true. What about the communication with the players on the sidelines? Like when the guys come off the field, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, whether you're dapping the guys up saying good job, or getting on a particular player saying, hey, you missed XYZ here, or sometimes the guys come off to the sidelines and they're a little dejected because the defense just gave up 6 points, or the offense just threw an interception, or caused a gave the ball away by a fumble. All those things. What do you think his communication should look like when it comes to dealing with the players um in those situations?
To be honest with you, Tone, I think he's already been doing that. I think you see him on the sideline. He'll talk to players as they're coming off the field. I don't think I don't think it's not a situation where he's calling the plays and he's just, what's the word I'm looking for, unaware of everything else that's going on the sideline. I think he's already, doing that stuff. Maybe he can do it at a different, maybe slightly different, but it's not like as soon as the offense comes off the field, and they have a bad play, he's going to jump back there in the huddle and sit with them, not in the huddle, but sit back there with them on the bench for like the next 10 minutes and try to boost them up. No, he's still the head coach. He's going to be out there on the
Right.
front sidelines, watching the defense play. So I don't think it's a situation where he's done a bad job at that so far. I think he's done pretty decent at it, but again, for me, to be determined. We still have to see exactly what him not being an offense coordinator calling the plays turns into as far as his presence on the sideline. I don't think it's going to change, too much. Dave
Right.
always, to me, seems like he is a player's coach. He's about the players first. It doesn't seem like he's ever had a hard time going to a player and trying to, say he saw something, or even like, hey, you know what, shake it off. Let's go on to the next play. We'll be fine. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Marco Cash. He said, "What's up, Panther Nation? What's going on, Marcos? Hey, appreciate you tapping in, my guy. Hit the like button on your way in if you haven't already. Just subscribe to both channels if you're not subscribed to both channels. Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, which is my channel, and the Carolina Armchair GM CJ, which is CJ channel. Subscribe to both. We're trying to get CJ to 2,000 subscribers. He's five subscribers away. Subscribe, turn the post notification bell, select all, so you'll be made aware when we go live. So we will definitely greatly appreciate that. And if you guys are enjoying the content once again, hey, show support to the channel. If you're enjoying the vibe, the conversation, scan that QR code at the top right. The link is also in the chat. And if you support the channel, make sure you let me know in the comments, because I'm not going to read anybody's full government name out. PayPal is different than Cash App. So yeah, if you send it through through PayPal, let me know that you sent it, and I can shout you out from there. Okay. Uh Charlie the Gamer said week one, hashtag week one. Yes, sir. What's up, Charlie? There you tapped in, my boy. And Ernie Hardy said, in my opinion, Dave Canales is a terrible decision maker. He chose Brad Idzik over Darrell Bevell to call plays. Okay. Hey, shout out to you, Ernie. Appreciate you for tapping in. Turn that hit that like button on both channels and subscribe to both channels if you haven't already. All right. Okay. Let's see. Roll Master said, "Good morning, fam. Hey, what's up? Top of the morning to you, Roll Master. What's good?" And Broski said he is subscribed to both, and we greatly appreciate that, Broski. We definitely appreciate that. All right, so CJ, we talked about his communication on the sideline with the players, and whether the sideline should feel more connected. Do you think that do by him now taking that role as the CEO, do you think there's any chance that, say, like the special teams or the defense will become an afterthought? Now I probably know your answer to that, but I just have to ask the question because that's something that I've heard, being on other panels. So I thought I would bring that up. But what's your take on that? What's your thought?
No, he's the CEO. That means
Mhm.
you encompass everything about you the chief executive officer. Okay, you encompass everything about said group. So you're responsible for the offense, the defense, and the special teams. Like I said, I
Right.
don't think that this is a situation where it's gonna make him forget about one thing or the other. I think it's going to be beneficial. How beneficial? Again, we got to see. But like I said, I don't think he's done a bad job as far as being on the sidelines and being um, you know involved, across the board. But I think this gives him opportunity to be a little bit more involved, with certain situations. So yeah. But I think it'd be good. I don't think anybody's gonna get forgotten about. And my thing, you still got Coach Bates on the sideline. Can't nobody forget about special teams with that joker, boy. I'm telling you, ain't
Right.
nobody gonna
Yeah.
forget about nothing with him.
Well,
He gonna make
he's
his
the
presence
assistant
known.
special team coach, right?
don't give a damn what he is. He over with special teams. He gonna know about the damn special teams.
Nah, nah. Hey, his energy be on 1,000. I know people were talking about
Yes, sir.
what Deuce Staley energy was like when he first came to Carolina with Frank Wright. Yeah, I think Deuce Staley could learn something from Darren Bates for sure. That dude, hey, that dude be like a super fan. Sometimes when I see him, I'll be like, is he a coach or he's like a super fan cheerleader or something? Because he be on 1,000. You hear me? He
I
be on
wish
a
I had a
1,000.
quarter of his energy throughout my normal day.
Hey, shout out to Ernie Hardy 8377 for the $10 super chat. Hey, greatly appreciate that super chat, my guy. Like we said, hit the like button, subscribe to both channels, turn the post notification bell on both channels, and select all on both channels. And we all will greatly appreciate it. But shout out to Ernie. Thank
Absolutely.
you again for the $10 super chat. Vietnam coming in at the tail end. Good morning, two fans. Panther Nation. Yeah, he's been down with us from day one when we were two fans in the stands. Hey, we greatly appreciate you, Vietnam. If you haven't subscribed to both channels, make sure you do so as well. And hit the like button on both channels. Doesn't even really matter. To me, we are trying to get CJ to 2K. So CJ 2K is in full effect. He's 5 subscribers away. So I'm hoping by the end of the live or by the end of the business day today that I get a message from him and say, you know what? We hit that 2K, dog. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're
Yes,
looking
sir.
for. Uh Fed, now I'm saying I gotta work, bro. I'll catch you when I can, though. Hey, we appreciate it. I'm just messing with you, my guy. I know you'll tap in when you can. I appreciate you being here, dog. Appreciate you being here. So, CJ, anything else before we get out of here, man?
Nah, bro. Hey, good. As usual, cuz great show. Um, I tapped in late, trying to get in here and get to work and uh earn my paycheck. But man, hey, look, I appreciate you being up here. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. And yeah,
Yes,
great show.
sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. So I'm gonna give my closing statement. Today's conversation is not about whether Dave Canales can call plays. We already know he can call the offense. The real question is whether stepping away from the call sheet makes him a better head coach for the entire football team. Because now that is the standard. The standard has changed. If he is no longer buried in the next offensive call, then the Panthers need to look sharper in the areas that fall directly on the head coach. That's the game flow, the sideline communication, situational football, clock management, timeouts, special team awareness, defensive involvement, offensive rhythm, player confidence. That is the trade off. If Canales gives up play calling and the Panthers look more organized, this move will look smart. But if the team still looks scattered, slow, or disconnected, then the pressure gets louder. Because when you give up the call sheet, you do not give up responsibility. You take on a bigger one. All right. So that's the show for today. I want to hear from y'all in the comments. And so, does Dave Canales give up play calling and make him a better head coach, or does it create more pressure on him to prove he can manage the whole operation? Give me your answer, your thoughts in the comments. I definitely like to interact with you guys. Um, exact. Also, if you haven't been to my Patreon page, let me drop a link in the comments real quick. Check out the Patreon page. Building a community over there where we're going to have more in-depth discussions, film breakdown, analysis, play analysis, things of that nature. We're going to look at actual game footage, not no highlights, not no clips. These are actual game footage, whether it's the NFL, and also college. I have access to watching college film as well. Tomorrow is the first day we're going to do it through Patreon. So in order to access that, you have to be a paid subscriber, and you have to be in the film access tier or the debate VIP tier. So those are the two tiers that will give you access to watching the film breakdown. Will requested he wanted to watch Jonathan Brooks, so we're going to watch Jonathan Brooks tomorrow. I have 3 games downloaded, so we're gonna watch the Oklahoma game, Georgia game, and Kansas game of Jonathan Brooks, and get a feel if anybody has forgotten what Jonathan Brooks looked like in in a game. So that was his request, and that request will be honored tomorrow, and it will be in Patreon, will not be on YouTube. Okay, so you have to become a member, and we can do that. So I see a few comments came in real quick before I get out of here. Let's see. Roadmaster said, I think Canales taking over the defense. Okay, Roadmaster, what makes you say that? I don't believe that's going to happen, but I'm just curious. What makes you say that?
As long as
Roadmaster.
he goes and hits Evero upside back of that ball head when he calls those third down and parking lot defense. Them jokers be playing
Yeah,
third and 277. I'm sorry, Tom. Go ahead. My
yeah.
bad.
I knew that. I knew that was going to trigger you. Roadmaster said, I work maintenance. Really wasn't doing ish unless the machine broke. I feel you. Uh, Vietnam said that film breakdown sound interesting. Well, it is, and it will be. We're going to do that. We're definitely going to pick it up during the season. So yeah, tune in to that. Tap into that if you choose to, because that's where a lot of the in depth. That's where the in depth film breakdown and things will happen. I haven't even showed anybody the tools and things that I have to make this look very professional. So the people that are members that have access to that, they will be able to experience it tomorrow, and hopefully they spread the word. All right, let's see what else we got here. Ronnie said, how can you label a offensive coordinator head coach as a terrible play caller after 3+ years of finding success in each QB he has had under his tutelage? That's a good question, Ronnie. Hope somebody can answer, Ronnie. Fairnam said Ivero has to step up and utilize these playmakers he beat the table for. That is a fact. All right. So, yeah, this is the morning kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I'm Tony, your host, Low Tone Tony, as I'm affectionately known and called now. I will catch you on the next one tomorrow. Until then, keep pounding, everybody. I'm out.